This was an identity design project done for a cafe by the name of Cafe 360. The narrative established here was based on the name. The term 360 here is symbolic to an all-round competent establishment which serves all sorts of flavors and provides all the expected services. However, to turn this around and create a fresh narrative, I used the symbol of 360 to represent the cyclic nature of time and culture. I used the tagline, "What goes around comes back around." The human race has a tendency to be nostalgic and hence cling back to and revive different parts of our history and make something brand new out of it. For example, France's elegant Art Nouveau movement was visually revived in the 70s post-hippie movement in the form of psychedelic art. The pitch was to revive the 70s style back in 2020 with some modern sway and swagger. You guessed it, black and gold. A century ago, Art Nouveau was at the height of its praise, and it's only fitting that this new visual style is a perfect homage to the pristine style of the Art Nouveau, blended expertly with the light-hearted, liberated style of psychedelia. The illustration hence takes the line work from the 70s, meanwhile maintaining a visual flow and structure akin to the 20s. While creating the content, it has to be kept in mind that it will both reach new customers and maintain the ones you already have. This is only possible if a consistent branding guideline has been established. This is the logo design for Yobbler, a customer-to-customer business model app that aims to connect different people who aim to exchange and sell kids' toys and products. Hence, the logo is composed of a letter Y, structured like the abstract shape of a handshake between two individuals. Logos are one of the most crucial elements of brand and identity design, but not the only one. While working on a general brand awareness, you need to create a story that is reflected in your brand design. Meanwhile, your brand design must also be in absolute sync with your social media or digital marketing strategy that's agile enough to keep up with the latest advertising channels and new social platforms. Logo design for an ice cream manufacturer called June 7. A personalized hand-lettered approach was taken for the logo, hopefully giving it an almost bubbly look. Included are also attempts at making a formal and mainstream variation. While interesting design and color attract attention, but logos can do so much more. They can instigate conversations about subjects that can catalyze the growth of your brand. Great brand design reflects who you are, but it also distinguishes you from the competition. Brand identity present across all your products, your business card, your website. Your logo is meant to communicate ownership. This is the logo for Bangalore Tiffin House, a restaurant in Chennai which specializes in authentic food that tastes like that of the neighboring city, Bangalore. The client also wanted an element from the script of the local language spoken in Chennai. The tiffin box is represented by the abstract 3D cuboid shape. Packaging design and later logo redesign for Bhatia Kulfi, a kulfi manufacturer. Kulfi is an authentic Indian dessert which is pretty similar to an ice cream stick. The client had two special requests, including keeping an abstract representation similar to that of the flower in his previous logo and using an ice cream as a letter. The resulted attempt is what you see. An interesting logo, at the very least, can make it easier to find your product on a crowded shelf. It's necessary for beginners to keep in mind that branding is not about being a massive conglomerate or having $1 million budget. Brand design is how people perceive your product, business, or even you as a person. The goal with branding is to make sure that perception is the one you want people to have. This is the packaging project done for Juggies. The brand specializes in producing a variety of waffles and ice creams. The presentation was made in a manner so the client could also upload it in their Instagram page like a carousel. Logo design and client brochure developed for Leatherman Fashion, a leather-based product manufacturer based in Kolkata. This is some UI design developed for various clients. We typically think of UI as the control used to access technology, check boxes, buttons, menus, etc. that are used to interact with the technology. But UI has expanded to include how we interact with everything online, from search to information collection. The basic UI question marketers must ask is how hard is it to find and consume valuable information we have for potential buyers and researchers. For marketers, UI design is often driven by behavior analytics like heat mapping that tell them how the visitor is interacting with the site. These interactions can either be positive or negative. The UI elements marketing writers have to work with are head styles, active versus passive voice, paragraph, sentence length, site architecture, and the hierarchy of the information being presented. This here is an interesting use of UI where the word problem has been jumbled, and upon clicking solve, the word problem will assemble together before the problem solving page is being opened. This is a catalog of product developed for SBRO, an industrial tape manufacturer. Multiple layout variations have been presented. Logo design for eWords. eWords is a SaaS based tool which assists a business owner to understand their customers' needs and interact with them across multiple channels. Presented are two variations of the logo. The logo for Indian Center for Law Policy and Governance. Logo design for Sanarite, a company that makes products for sanitation.